The end of a year is never simply a change on the calendar. It is a psychological death, an invisible line where who you were quietly expires. Most people rush into the next year carrying the same habits, the same weaknesses, the same excuses, and then they wonder why nothing changes. Stoicism teaches that time does not transform you, decisions do, and before 2026 arrives you must understand this deeply. Renewal is not about adding motivation, adding goals, adding resolutions. It is about removal, cutting what poisons the mind, stripping away what weakens the spirit, and reclaiming authority over your inner world. The Stoics believed that excess dulls perception, comfort weakens discipline, and noise destroys clarity. This is why the strongest men and women in history lived with restraint, not because they lacked pleasure, but because they valued mastery more. The modern world teaches you to accumulate. Stoicism teaches you to eliminate distraction, eliminate dependency, eliminate false desires, and when you remove what does not serve you, what remains is strength. As the year ends, you are standing at a threshold, not between years, but between versions of yourself. One version continues forward unchanged, repeating cycles, chasing approval, avoiding discomfort, and numbing awareness. The other version cuts decisively, acts intentionally, and steps into 2026 lighter, sharper, and unburdened. This video is not about inspiration. It is about command. Because Stoicism was never a comfort philosophy, it was a survival philosophy for those who refused to be ruled by weakness. The first thing that must be cut before 2026 is your dependence on validation. The need to be seen, liked, praised, and approved. Because the moment your worth is decided by others, your peace is no longer yours, it belongs to the crowd, and crowds are unstable. One day they admire you, the next day they ignore you, and if your confidence rises and falls with opinions, you will live emotionally enslaved. Stoicism teaches that self-respect is internal, not negotiated. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that applause adds nothing to character and criticism removes nothing from it. When you understand this, something powerful happens. You stop performing, you stop explaining, you stop defending your choices to people who do not live your life. Validation seeking turns discipline into theater. You do things not because they are right, but because they are visible, and over time this corrodes integrity. Before 2026 arrives, you must decide that your standard comes from principle, not popularity, from values, not views, from effort, not applause. When you act according to your inner code, silence becomes comfortable, anonymity becomes peaceful, and your confidence becomes immovable. Cut the habit of checking reactions, reading comments for approval, measuring your worth through response. Because a Stoic understands this truth, the strongest man in the room is the one who does not need to be noticed. Most people suffer not because they fail, but because they demand control over what was never theirs. Attachment to outcomes creates anxiety, frustration, and emotional instability. Stoicism teaches that your responsibility ends with action, not results. You prepare, you act with excellence, you behave with integrity, and then you release the outcome. When you cling to outcomes, you panic, you overthink, you compromise your values to force a result. And when life resists, as it always does, you break. But when you detach, something shifts. You become calm under pressure, focused in chaos, and resilient in uncertainty. Before 2026 arrives, cut the belief that life owes you success, recognition, love, or fairness. The universe makes no contracts. Effort is yours, discipline is yours, intention is yours, but outcomes belong to fate, and the Stoic does not argue with fate, he adapts to it. Detachment is not indifference, it is strength. It allows you to try fully without fear, to fail without collapse, and to succeed without arrogance. Once you release outcomes, anxiety loosens its grip, clarity returns, and your actions become cleaner and more powerful. Complaining feels harmless, but it is one of the most destructive mental habits. Every complaint reinforces helplessness. It trains the mind to focus on what is wrong instead of what can be done. Stoics saw complaining as wasted energy, sound without action, emotion without direction. Before 2026, you must become aware of how often you complain internally, about people, about circumstances, about timing, about life itself, because every complaint is a silent statement that you believe you are powerless, and a Stoic never accepts powerlessness. This does not mean suppressing emotion, it means converting emotion into action. If something is wrong and within your control, fix it. If it is outside your control, endure it with dignity. Complaining does neither, it only drains strength. Cut the habit of verbal and mental complaint. Replace it with responsibility, silence, and strategic action. Over time, your mind becomes quieter, stronger, and more solution-oriented, and people will feel your presence without you saying a word. Stoicism is not sentimental, it is precise. Not everyone deserves access to you. Some people drain energy, disrupt focus, and destabilize peace, and keeping them close out of guilt is not kindness, it is self-betrayal. Before 2026 arrives, understand this clearly: loyalty should never cost you your self-respect. If someone repeatedly disrespects your values, mocks your growth, or thrives on your emotional exhaustion, distance is wisdom, not cruelty. The Stoics believed in choosing character over connection. You are allowed to outgrow people. You are allowed to walk away quietly, without explanation, without anger, without drama. Silence and distance are powerful tools. Cut relationships that pull you backward, not with hatred, but with clarity. Protect your mental environment, because the mind becomes shaped by the company it keeps. Comfort is seductive. It promises relief but delivers weakness. Stoics deliberately practiced discomfort to stay sharp. They understood that ease dulls discipline and excess erodes ambition. Before 2026, cut mindless comfort, endless scrolling, constant entertainment, overeating, avoiding effort, numbing discomfort. These habits slowly weaken identity. You do not lose strength suddenly, you lose it quietly. Discomfort builds resilience, discipline builds confidence, effort builds self-trust. When you choose what is hard but meaningful over what is easy but empty, you regain authority over yourself. The past cannot be changed, yet most people live there mentally, replaying regret, shame, anger, and missed opportunities. Stoicism teaches that the present is the only point of power. Before 2026, stop negotiating with memories. The past is information, not identity. Learn from it, then release it. Carrying regret forward only delays growth. Command the present moment. This is where discipline lives. This is where action happens. This is where character is built. Many people stay trapped in chaos simply to avoid solitude, but Stoics valued solitude as a training ground. Being alone reveals your thoughts, your discipline, and your truth. Before 2026, cut the fear of silence. Learn to sit with yourself without distraction, because the person who can endure solitude cannot be controlled. Solitude builds clarity, independence, and inner authority. It sharpens judgment and strengthens resolve. Your mind becomes what you feed it. Endless news, drama, outrage, and noise weaken focus and increase anxiety. Stoics guarded their mental diet fiercely. Before 2026, cut information that does not educate, strengthen, or refine you. Protect your attention, because focus is power and distraction is decay. Choose depth over noise, wisdom over novelty, clarity over chaos. Nothing creates urgency like Stoic realism. Time is not guaranteed, youth is temporary, opportunity is impatient. Before 2026, cut the belief that growth can wait. Procrastination quietly steals potential. Start now, act now, refine now. The Stoic lives with urgency but without panic, because he understands the value of time. You do not need to become more, you need to become less of what weakens you. Stoicism is subtraction, clarity through removal, strength through restraint. Cut what drains you, and what remains will be unbreakable. If this reflection resonated, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to Stoic-Spark for daily Stoic wisdom, and press the bell icon so you never miss the lessons that sharpen your mind and strengthen your life.